Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Cikgu Hedi from Write My Academy, and today I'm going to share tips on how to write a good opening paragraph or a good introduction for your continuous writing. Alright? Okay, of course in continuous writing, in your paper 1 section B, continuous writing, you have a few types of essay that you can choose, either narrative, argumentative, factual, reflective, and descriptive. But most of the time, a lot of students like to choose a narrative essay. Okay, either way, let's say you choose narrative essay, of course you still need to write a good introduction so that the reader will grab the attention of the reader to read your essay. But again, it's okay if you choose any types of essay, and you can still use my tips that I'm going to share with you. But make sure you know how to adjust or elaborate in your essay. So today I'm going to share tips on how to write a good introduction, but I'm going to choose narrative essay as our working topic. Right? So narrative essay. Okay, usually a narrative essay we need to write a story. So either you need to continue whatever sentence that is given, or you need to end with the sentence, or you need to just write the whole story. Okay, that's narrative essay. So in narrative essay, of course, for story, usually we will use past tense for the essay, and for any types of essay you need to write a good introduction. So a good introduction will have or should have a grabber or the hook, so that your reader will attract to your essay. Sorry, can you see my writing? Alright. Okay, now we go to the introduction part. Okay, let's say our working topic for today is my mother. My mother. Okay, this is our working topic. So, how are we going to write a good introduction for my mother? Okay, first you need to have, maybe you can start your essay or you can start your introduction paragraph with a dialogue. Or monologue. Okay, number 2. Maybe you can start your essay with listing. Right? Or number 3, maybe you can start your essay with a question. Then number 4, maybe you can write your introduction using a quote. quotation. Number 5, maybe you can write your introduction with anecdote. And finally, you can also use idioms or proverbs. Right? So, all of these, we call it as grabber or the hook. Okay, so a grabber or the hook, we try to attract the reader. Okay, or we try to make the introduction more interesting. Right, so I'm going to show you how to start your essay with a dialogue, a listing, and maybe a question. Okay? Now we start with a dialogue. How to write an introduction within a dialogue. For example, maybe you can start, make sure your punctuation is correct. Okay, Amar, make sure you're wearing your sweater. It is cold out there, for example. And then continue your essay. Okay, so we start with the dialogue. Amma, make sure you are wearing your sweater. It is cold out there. I could hear my mother even though I was already out of the gate. Okay, we start our paragraph with a dialogue. Okay, make sure your punctuation is correct. You need to end with a full stop. Okay. Then after that, you continue your essay. I could hear my mother even though I was already out of the gate. Okay, so that is how you can start your essay with a dialogue. So when your reader read this dialogue, okay, we can straight away think that your mother is a very caring person. Okay, then we can grab the attention and make sure in your introduction paragraph or your opening paragraph, instead of again you need a grabber, and then of course your sentence And then finally, you need a sort of statement. What are you going to write after that? A thesis statement. I already shared with you in my previous video about how to write a thesis statement. Maybe you can check later on. Okay, so make sure right after you write, use your grammar, whether it is dialogue or listing, and then of course you need to elaborate to that. And at the end of your introduction, opening paragraph or introduction paragraph, at the end of it, you need to write a thesis statement. Okay, so your thesis statement is actually to guide your reader about your paragraph, each of your paragraph, right? So, of course, don't get rid of this part, because this is the most important part of your introduction essay or paragraph. Then, with your thesis statement, you will have your statement for each paragraph. Let's say paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, and so on. Okay? So make sure you don't miss it out. I'm sorry, my English. Okay? Alright. So this is how you start your essay with a dialogue. This is what we call a flavor. Okay? Okay, next. How to write the opening paragraph using listing. So number 2, listing. What should we list? What should we list? Okay, maybe something that make something or positive thing about your mother. For example, maybe she is caring, kind, or maybe she's beautiful. So you just list it out, what we call listing, and then you start your essay. For example, another grammar in this paragraph: kind, caring, attentive, and not to forget, as gorgeous as a movie star. That's my mother. Her name is Hanima. Okay, for example, so we list it out: kind, caring, attentive, and not to forget, as gorgeous as a movie star. Okay, so this is how to list. So maybe you can list out something else. Let's say you need to to write about your best friend, for example, maybe you can list whatever positive about your best friend, or maybe you choose another type of writing. For example, for descriptive essay, for example, and then maybe you need to describe about smartphones. So you just list it out. Okay? So right after that you start your essay. And then don't forget to use the thesis statement to guide your reader about your paragraph. Okay? So just list it out. Okay, for example, another example for listing. Let's say you need to write about maybe the topic is smartphone. Okay, again you can list it up. Easy, expensive, sleek. That is a smartphone. Okay, easy, expensive, sleek. That is a smartphone. Or you can say that up to date, or maybe about the trend, in trend, maybe. Okay, so just list it up. Okay, this is for a descriptive essay. Okay, still you need to use a grabber to grab the attention of your reader. Okay? Right, next. Okay, number 3. The question. Maybe you can write 2 questions, maybe, or at least one as a grabber. Okay, for example, still we use this topic as our topic. Okay, maybe we can start with who is very energetic. She is my mother. Okay, so you can start your essay with the question. Okay, who is woman in your life? Again, if you write another type of essay, still you can use this grammar, this type of grammar, a question. Maybe you need to describe about a place, or maybe you need to compare countryside and with city, living in a city. Okay, still you can use this type of grammar by asking a question. One or two questions will be okay. Right? Okay, I really hope that if you need to ask anything, you can write it down below at the comment section, so that I can help you with your introduction. Right. Okay, next. We still have more time. Maybe we can start by the quotation. We can use a quotation. So this type of grammar, of course, you need to read a lot, and let's say, of course, you can check from the internet. You can search about quotes, lots of positive quotes, or about a person, about idol, about life. Okay, just search through the internet, and then just write it down. Whenever you find a good quote that you feel that it is easy to remember, or maybe the quote is interesting, so just write it down. Maybe you can write it in your essay, in your continuous writing. Okay, for example, this one. Still, a working topic is my mother. A quote. When you look okay, when you look into your mother's eyes, you know that is the purest love you can find. I read that once in an old Reader's Digest magazine. Okay, so this is a quote. This part. Okay, of course you need to use correct punctuation and with a comma, then continue writing. So this whole sentence is actually in one sentence. Okay, so this is another type of grammar for the hook for your introduction paragraph. For this type of grammar, maybe is suitable in maybe argumentative essay, and of course descriptive Okay, but it's kind of hard to find a suitable quote for certain type of essay or for certain type of topics. So the easiest one is use this type of grammar in narrative writing. Right? So again, make sure you write a few sentences, and at the end of your introduction paragraph, end with a thesis statement. Alright? So, if you like to know more on how to use other type of grammar such as anecdote, proverbs, idioms, and so on, you can join me in our online seminar, and I'm going to show you how. And again, how to use grammar, a combination of grammar, a thesis, of course, the paragraph, and then the conclusion. Okay, so I'm going to share in our next seminar.